What's this last couple days been like for you as you declare for the draft?
It's been great. Actually knowing that I put my name and to be selected, and one step closer to making my dream come true. So it's been kind of unreal feeling. But the more and more I think about it, I'm just getting my body and mind right for the next level.
You do it creatively, and I love that. You've always done something creatively. Whether you announce at the Jordan store or last year's video or this year, how did you decide to do the video and how you presented it?
Man, that's nothing. That's not in my control. That's my family, mom, dad, sisters, my uncle. They all take care of that, and I just show up and just get it done. They pretty much just put me in a position, make it easy for me. So all the marketing skills and all that stuff. That's all credit to them.
Yeah, that's great. I love the creativity with it, and reaching out to Illini Nation and all that. That's really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
What have your days been filled like here? Have you been able to find a gym or anything? Have you been able to find some weights? How have you been filling your time?
No, it's been crazy. I've been looking for a gym. I really haven't been able to find one, but when I was downstairs just playing the game, I found some old weights that my dad used to lift. So that's all I pretty much do, just get in push-ups, sit-ups, core work, get that in every day, mixing it with my yoga. That's pretty much all I've been able to do.
Is that kind of taking you back to the old school a little bit? Before you had a big fancy weight room and all of that, you just kind of the simplistic workouts, right?
Yeah, it really humbles you. It gets you to focus on the little details, the stuff that people don't think is important. I'm stretching every day, lifting weights. There's just stuff that people take for granted when they have all of the other components. So really, me not having a weight room or not having been at the school or being to a gym, it really makes me focus and opens up my creativity to find another way to make it happen.
When's the last time you shot a ball?
It's tough. Probably like a couple days after it all went down. I went to my cousin's house and I went to grab my Xbox, and he has a rim in his backyard, and I just put some shots up on the outside rim. But the last time I shot the inside rim had to be when we were in Indianapolis.
I assume that's the longest time you've taken to not shoot a ball since when?
Say it again.
How long has that been in your life that you haven't shot a ball that long? Going back to elementary school days even?
Yeah, a long time. A very long time. But I've been, doing form shooting, working on my ball handling, doing all the other stuff, because whenever it jumps back open, I know I can really lock in on my technique and really lock in on my form and get better.
I remember asking you before you guys left for the Big Ten tournament, Iowa, about coronavirus, and you said you'd done some research then. Looking back on that now with where we are today, did you ever expect it to be where you're at now, and how crazy has this last month been for you?
No, I think no one really envisioned the way everything went down. I knew it was serious, but I wasn't pretty much sold on how serious it was now until I did more research and, more people who had the virus, just learning and searching it up, getting data on it. The more and more I got educated on the topic, and that I know it's for real. And just hopefully that, the researchers, they can find a way to get enough tests to help everyone now, and that we can go back to, living a normal life.
Take me back to those moments when you guys found out that you weren't going to have a season, that everything was over. It was at Butler, right?
Yeah.
How did you guys even process that on the bus home, and what were those moments like after that, Ayo?
It was crazy. At first, it was a bit of shock. It was a shocking feeling. I was in awe, really didn't know what was going on, because, the way it happened, we were at the gym practicing, getting ready. We were literally going over Minnesota's and Iowa's game plan, getting ready to play. And then, in the middle of practice, they told us, and then we just got one last scrimmage in. And then, it was just like, dang, the season's over. Then on the way back to the bus, it really got emotional for me, just realizing that, all the hard work that we put in, I wouldn't say it went down the toilet, but it just wasn't, we didn't have the opportunity to show it. And I feel like this is one of the best Illini teams ever, and I feel like we had a chance to submit our name in history, but we didn't have the opportunity. So when it first hit me, I was pretty much emotional on that, because I feel like this was a year that we were going to be special and go far.
Did you know then, or when did you start to figure out that you were going to declare for the draft, Ayo?
I had a pretty good idea that, I was going to declare for the draft. When that happened, I mean, pretty much at that moment, I was, so much went through my mind, like, dang, like, that was my last game. Or, I didn't have a firm decision, but for sure I was really thinking about all the different scenarios, and, it hit me hard.
Now that you're at this point, I think I read where your dad had said you're 98, 99%, confident you're going to go. Do you feel that way? And, what would be a deciding factor for you to come back if you were at that point, Ayo?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what my dad said, that's right. 98, 99% and focused on the draft, focused on getting selected as high as possible and being able to show what I can do to GMs and just help win. A deciding factor, I really don't know right now because I'm really just focused on getting my body and mind right. I had to just leave the door open because of, the coronavirus, and you really don't know anything. So, pretty much that's pretty much it. So I really don't know what a deciding factor is. I would have to sit down and talk to my family, and we have to go over that. But right now, I'm just focused on getting my mind right, my body right for the next level.
Have you heard anything from teams so far yet?
Yeah, I heard from a couple, but I really was supposed to meet up with my parents today. They handle all of that. They don't bring that to me until it's all said and done. So, but my dad told me today during a yoga session that we'll have a meeting tonight at 7 to talk about all of that.
Okay, so you have heard from a couple of GMs or scouts or whoever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Anything what they told you, or have they given you any feedback, positive yet or negative?
No. My dad has all the information. Normally what we do, we'll meet up once a week, twice a week, and he'll gather all the information he does when he talks to teams. And he told me a couple teams called. So when I get off the phone with this interview, I'm going to sit down, we're going to talk to some family and go and discuss everything.
That's great. What do you feel like, you can show to GMs? You said in your video, that you're going to prove to the GMs that you have ice in your veins, What do you feel like you could show if you could get some workouts, and how much will that be maybe a deterrent for you, or, a negative thing that you can't go get a workout in with some of these teams right now?
I feel like if I get a workout, I feel that's going to be a whole different situation. If I'm able to just get 1 or 2 workouts, I feel like that, my stock would just rise drastically. But if I'm unable to get a workout, if everything stayed the way it is, I feel like I'm still in a good position because at the end of the day, I've been blessed to be a winner. Since elementary school, I've always been blessed to win. Winning the state championship in high school. My freshman year, we didn't win, but we got the right pieces, and we all bought in, and then we won 21 games. The USA team, we lost the year before that. We came back. I was surrounded by great talent, great guys, and we won a gold medal. So I feel like without that, I still can show them that just my background history is just being a winner. And, that's the best thing. That's the best feeling. Everyone playing to win ultimately. So I feel like if there's no combine, I still be able to have that to fall back on.
Is there a number for you or your family where you're like, okay, if I'm a mid-second round pick, it's not for me. If I'm a high second round pick, it is for me. Or do you guys just go in with an open mindset?
Right now, we're just going through the process and the fact of just seeing what they're talking about. Really, we're not going into the details because we have loans. We have, 2 months. So really, it's early. It's early in the process. But I feel like at the end of the day, with the draft night, I feel like I'd be a first-round pick because of the hard work I put in. But I really don't think about that right now. I'm really just thinking about getting better. I'm getting bigger, getting ready for the next level.
Have you talked to Kofi at all?
Yeah, I talk to Kofi not every day, but 3 times a week.
Sure. What do you think he's feeling and declaring, and did it surprise you that he declared before you?
No, it didn't surprise me at all because he's a great talent. If he does decide to stay, I don't know. I really didn't give him my opinion on that because at the end of the day, it's his decision. But I told him if he does decide to stay, he more than belongs there. He proved a lot this year. He only can get better. That's pretty much the draft is. maybe if you look at the guys last year in the draft, maybe 5, 6, 7 guys really produce right away. So I really don't get the fact when people say that, reading comments, they were saying like he needs more time. If you look at the draft,
what's the pup's name?
This little mama right here.
Oh, nice.
If you look in the draft, you can see that everyone doesn't just come and produce right away. So I feel like he'd be good. He's 7 feet. He has great hands. He can catch lobs. He defends the pick and roll well. So at the end of the day, he'd be a great pickup for any team. So this all depends on how he wants to go. But I feel like if he does return, he'd be one of the best players in the country. So whatever route he want to take, but I feel like I'm behind him. I watch a lot of basketball, so I feel like he'd be great if he just stayed in the draft.
Awesome. Last question for you here. Have you reached out to Adam at all when in Mr. Basketball today? And
Yeah, I text him. He told me about it yesterday, but I texted him today when the media found out.
Sure. What'd you say, and what does that mean for you? That he's still committed to Illinois and wins Mr. Basketball.
Oh, it was great. Going to the same school as him, winning a state title as him. It's great to see him succeed. My senior year, I got hurt the whole year, so I was not able to even compete for that. So, when he won his award, it's like he won it for me also because, I didn't have the opportunity to do so. So I'm happy for him. I'm proud of him, and just taking it from there, I congratulated him. And next step.